Thank you, Chairman Sanders. And two things about your opening comments. It is good that Behringer is going to offer those inhalers at $35. But what we've learned is that when the insulin providers say that they provided an insulin at $35, pharmacy benefit managers wouldn't carry it. So I think it's incumbent upon us to say, to get our PBM reform legislation, which we worked on a bipartisan basis in this committee, signed into law. And that's going to take not just this committee, but the entire Senate and the House Republicans and the House Senates to collaborate. We're not there yet, but anyone that can pick up a phone, call, we need to get that done so that the benefits of that actually occurs as merely being something which, yes, wouldn't it be nice, but it actually doesn't impact someone's life. Secondly, just a typo, and I'm sure it was an oversight. It's good that we've increased the funding for the community health centers. It's $4.27 billion, not 4.4, but it shows what can happen when we actually work together with reasonable numbers and try and make things happen. And that's when this committee is at its best. And now returning to the committee at hand, and thank our witnesses for being here. I really appreciate it. And one by Zoom, which I wonder why everybody isn't by Zoom, because that would obviously be more efficient. We're discussing the Reauthorization of the Older Americans Act, or the OAA, legislation empowering American seniors to live healthy and independent lives in the settings they choose, the lifestyle they choose. One of our members of the panel just got her hair dramatically cut. Said it was a celebration of her 66th birthday. So we see that seniors can live on the wild side. So I just want to kind of comment on that right off the bat. First enacted in 1965, the OAA provides funding to support essential services to aging Americans through programs such as nutrition, caregiver support, and elder abuse prevention. And we have historically in Congress come together on a bipartisan basis to reauthorize this, strengthening its support for all seniors. Post-COVID, we need to look at and make sure the programs that we're authorizing work. If they're not working, improve them, and make sure that those scarce taxpayer dollars are being put to maximal benefit. How do we build on what works? Replace that which does not. During the pandemic, OAA service providers had to adapt, and I would tour many of those places, seeing how are you doing it differently? And my gosh, they were quick on it. We should take lessons learned during the pandemic and use that new knowledge as how we can better serve those whom we intend to serve. OAA is a foundation, but it was never meant to meet all needs, and we have to be clear about that. So it's also important to understand how to use public-private partnerships to leverage this funding to expand services beyond the reach of this funding. Today, we will hear about some of those partnerships. Again, thank you for being here. Maximizing the reach of these dollars requires strong organizations on the state and local level. We appropriate, it has to be implemented on the state and local level. So how do we support those state units and those local units to maximize their effect? One of our witnesses today, Secretary Michelle Branham, will speak to us about how she has successfully done this in Florida, which I think has probably the largest population of seniors. She's looking at me. She's making sure that I don't diss Maine. I understand that Maine's got a lot of seniors. Believe me, I know that, Senator Collins. But anyway, Florida's just got a bigger population than you. You got to walk a tightrope around here. You know what I'm saying? This year, the Help Committee will need to pass legislation reauthorizing the program, and I'm glad to join Chair Sanders in leading a bipartisan working group with Senators Collins, Braun, Mullen, Casey, Kane, and Markey. With this group, with our stakeholders, we're going to come forward with a bipartisan reauthorization, improving the lives of all of those who we call senior citizens. I appreciate the Chair for engaging. I look forward to hearing from you.